Hello, and welcome to James the Leslie's Express Lane, where we get you now as fast as possible. I binge watched Avatar Last Time Airbender in 2 days. Really enjoyed it. I'd actually watched Korra, or Legend of Korra, whatever it's called, probably a year or two ago. Why did you watch that one before you watched this one? I couldn't find this one. I could find Korra, but I couldn't find this one. Uh, anyways, good American, I swear. Totally not parroting. Anyways, so I finally watched it when it came out on Netflix. Story's incredible. Some of the best character arcs. Story it's really good. There's a couple filler episodes here and there that the Great Divide was just trash. But overall, it's a very enjoyable story. Definitely watch it. I'm probably wondering, well, why is this video titled the thing I had an issue with? The reason is they talk about war. They talk about genocide. They talk about assassins. They talk about murder. They talk about starvation. They talk about laying siege to a city and the people inside starting they talk about all these things and that's it. They talk about it. They don't show it because it's TVY7. It's like, oh, the Fire Nation attacked the air nomads. Wow, they slaughtered away the complete and total genocide. Well, can we see it? No, we can just tell you. Okay. Well, the Fire Nation did this. Are you going to show it? Well, no, we can't show it. It's TVY7. So you can tell me about all these things that Fire Nation did, but you can't actually show any of it. Okay. The show also deals with propaganda and stories being told as facts, even though they're complete and total BS. So how do we know the Fire Nation did this? How do we know the Fire Nation did that? They did, but if you're watching, it's like, okay, well, how do we know the Fire Nation did that to that city? Well, because that's what we heard. That's what we told you, the audience. That's what happened. Well, you're going to show us? Well, no, we can't show you that. Aang's friend, the monk, is found in a room with like 14 dead Fire Nation soldiers. And it's like, well, what did he do to fight them? Like, his clothes were untouched. His body was untouched. So what happened? It turns out apparently the guy sucked all the oxygen, well, all the air out of the room because he's an airbender. Sucked all the air out of the room. Everyone in the room, including him, suffocated. Well, that's really badass. Can you show it? No, TVY7, we can't show that. We can't show this monk being a badass and taking out 14 Fire Nation soldiers. It's like, okay, well, you can. They don't even tell you that's what happens. Is people, I don't know, one of the comments something probably explained it. That's another thing. There's stuff in the comics that they can't show on the show because the comics aren't TVY7. Uh, Case in point, Korra. She's bisexual. Well, at the end of the series, she holds hands with Asami and they walk through a portal. Okay, you're supposed to know they're bisexual because of that? It's like, well, we can't actually show anything because it's TVY7. She can kiss Mako. Asami can kiss Mako. But they can't kiss each other because it's TVY7. That right wingers probably show up and firebomb Nickelodeon Studios and shoot anyone who tries to escape, but that's besides the point. It's TVY7, so you can't show that. It's like, well, then why have her be bisexual if you can't show it? Of course, there's a lot of TV shows where they wait till the last 5 seconds of the last episode to show anything like that because they can't show it. They're TVY7. The Dragon Prince, also done by Avatar, check it out, also on Netflix, has the same issue. There's wars, there's assassins, and you see none of it. The Moon Elves, Moon Shadow Elves, whatever they were, are assassinating the king. The king gets his best soldiers to try to guard him, and he's gonna get his own armor and his sword. He's ready to fight to defend his life. Do you see this? No. Camera cuts away, and you see the one shadow elf that decided to help the princes get the egg to his mother, and all she had one band for killing the king, one band for killing the prince. And when the band of that's representing killing the king falls, I was like, oh, king's dead. She now knows the king's dead. She doesn't tell the princes though because she doesn't want them to know. It's like, well, how did he die? Well, maybe he sat the elves down for a tea party, Let's discuss this. You guys don't have to assassinate me. Let's try to talk things over. As he got up to get them some more tea, slipped and fell, cracked his skull open. How do you know? They don't show it. They don't show anything because it's TVY7. So how are you gonna have assassins and genocide and wars and famine? Like, how are you gonna have all these things in Avatar or Dragon Prince and other shows, and then you can't actually show any of it? It is still, like I said, it's still a great story, great show. Watch it. But it's so annoying when it's like, all right, I'm going to hit your bottom. Why can't you say kick their butt? Oh, kick your butt. That would be too violent. We can't have that on TV. All right, they do say kick your butt, but it should be like, we're going to kick your ass if you don't leave us alone, Zuko. But they can't say that because ass is obviously not TVY7. It's like, you have a 16-year-old water tribe guy who hates the Fire Nation, and he sees someone in the Fire Nation who's like, golly gee Williker, I can't wait to strike your bottom. It's like, why? What? It makes no sense as a 16-year-old is not saying, fuck you and Fire Nation, I'm going to kick your ass. But honestly, it's TVY7, so he can't do that. It's like, I know, I just make them plain because like they get great stories like this or Dragon Prince and other shows where it's like if this was TV 14 or I wouldn't go with M. Let's leave HBO out of this. Let's just stick to TV 14. It was TV 14 to be so much better. Imagine Katara confronting Zuko and Zuko tries to offer his help. Get out of here before we kick your ass, Zuko. He's like, no, listen, don't, calm down. I'm not here to hurt you. And then she just yells, fuck you, and attacks him with a water thing. Like, how are you going to have a show with war and genocide and assassins and famine and all this stuff and then not actually show any of it? We're going to like Korra, where you can't show she's bisexual because that's not allowed on TVY7. Then why make your character bisexual if you can't show it? Except for the comics that no one bought. I didn't even know there were comics until... That's actually one of the best things about the whole Avatar coming to Netflix. The memes, the information, the pages being formed about it. Again, I tried to look for it earlier. Years ago, couldn't find it. I'm not paying $30 for a DVD for one season. It was like $30. Like, I'm not paying $30 per season. Like, no. It was $30 for a box set. That I could justify. Not for one season. But yeah, it's like, okay, so I watched Korra. Korra was good, and then, obviously, Avatar comes to Netflix, and holy shit has it exploded. And the show's like 13 years old. And it's still good. It still holds up. For me, my favorite character is Toph. Imagine how much more of a badass she could have been if she could say things like ass. And Aang's like, oh, I don't want to kill. I can't kill. And Kaioshi's like, fuck you, bitch. No. But you can't show that because it's TVY7. Kaiyoshi, she never killed anyone. The guy stood on the cliff and fell off. It's like, yes, because it's TVY7. Now imagine if it's not TVY7. Imagine it's TV14. That one warlord guy confronts Kaiyoshi. They fight and Kaiyoshi kills him. But you can't show that because it's TVY7. Kaioshi's a 230-year-old badass, and you can't really show anything because it's TVY7. So now imagine a show with war and genocide and assassins and fighting and battles, and they actually show the fighting. They can actually show the battles. They actually use the language that a 14 to 16 whatever year old would be using. If I win the lottery, I could probably afford to redo the whole show. Can you imagine that? You win the lottery, it's like, congratulations, you just won the largest lottery ever, $1.3 billion. What are you going to do with it? Well, first I'm going to pay my debts. Then I'm going to buy whatever people I need to buy, whatever animators, voice actors, whatever, to remake Avatar The Last Airbender. Oh, why are you going to remake it? To make it TV-14. You can tell the exact same story, just make it TV-14 so we can actually see what the Fire Nation did. Don't tell us the Fire Nation did this and that. Show us the Fire Nation did this and that. It's like, no, you hear about it, it's like, oh, the Fire Nation did this or this, oh, the Fire Nation did this or that. But if you actually show it, like, how much more evil would the Fire Nation appear if you could actually see what they did? Because you hear about it, you know, well, no, 80 years ago I heard that they did this. Like, okay, all right, whatever. But if you show us, 80 years ago, this is when you show us what happened, would make more sense to me, anyways. Would make them seem more evil, not just more evil, but more powerful, more of a threat. Instead of just going, oh, well, let's say they did this, and they did this, and they did this. Well, like, all right, well, it's great hearing about all that, but I don't actually see them doing it. It's like, oh, well, they took down this powerful city. It's like, okay, maybe the city just surrendered because King Boomy did that. It's like, all right, we can either fight, I lose a lot of my citizens, and we still lose, or maybe we win, but maybe we lose, and I lose half my population. Maybe I lose all my population. If I surrender, let them in, no one dies. And then rely on my friend Aang to come in and save the day in a way that gets no one killed, which is exactly what happened. And he showed he could have escaped anytime he wanted. He could have escaped anytime he wanted, but he knows, like, oh, my people just escaped. If I escape with them, they'll hunt me down. If I stay here, they won't hunt my people down. So it's like, oh, well, the Fire Nation took over this powerful city in the Earth Kingdom. It's like, okay, maybe it was the exact same situation. Or maybe they fucking slaughtered everyone. Show me. Like, we're the fourth greatest city in the Earth Kingdom. You will never conquer us. And then they show up and go, ha, that's cute. And you just see them just slaughtering man, woman, and child. It's like, holy shit, the Fire Nation's fucking evil. And a threat. Instead, no, it's TV West Summer, so we just get to hear about everything they did and then actually see anything that they did. I just want one scene of Toph saying, I'm going to kick your ass. And then you could throw in some, at this point, some fan theories like Katara was going to be next Avatar. That's why she was so powerful. You're like, powerful? What do you mean? She was the first waterbender, at least seen on the show, to master waterbending, healing, and bloodbending. What was the name? Hama, I think it was. She did blood and water, but she never did healing. So she never mastered healing, unlike Katara, who mastered. If there's an aspect of waterbending, she mastered it. And one theory is that one of the reasons that she she found the Avatar, and B, that they were so close is because she was supposed to be the next Avatar. He was supposed to die. She would have been the next one. Like, he would have lived to be, 80-something years old, died, she gets born. She becomes the next Avatar. Because he got frozen, he doesn't die. So she's not born as the Avatar, she's born as a really powerful waterbender who is a way to find. I know it's all on the show, it's totally accidental, but you could have had the fan theory is that, so you could have had him be like, wow, it turned, like when they're in the library or something. Like they find a book, like, oh, this is about stuff in the future. She sees a name, like, why is my name in this book? Like, I was supposed to be the next Avatar. And that's why I've been so drawn to Aang. That's why it wasn't an accident that I found him. I was supposed to be the Avatar. You could have had stuff like that, or other fan theories out there you could have gone into if you redid the show. Sorry, that's my goal now, guys. Win the lottery, win $1.3 billion, then buy all the animators and voice actors that I need, and remake the show as TV-14 and throw in some fan theories in there. Or maybe, what was it, Yui? The woman that turned into the moon? Give her more scenes with Sokka. They had, 4 scenes together? It's like, oh, it's so sad that he lost her. It's like, they had 4 scenes and 2 of them, well, one of them was her running away, the other one was him making a fool of himself at the dinner party. You could have actually had if you would do it, you'd have a full-fledged scene with them, where instead she runs away, she actually goes with them on a date, and then at the end, she's like, I hate to tell you this, but you know that necklace your sister wears? Yeah? You know what that means? Oh, it's my mother's, grandmother's, whatever, when they got engaged. Like, yeah. And she looks up, taps hers. She's like, oh, you're engaged, aren't you? Yes. As princess of the Northern Water Tribe, I have to marry this guy because of this and political reasons. But I don't really like him. But I really like you. But it's not going to work out. And it's like, well, maybe be like me and my sister. Join the Avatar. Go on your own adventure with us. Like they could have been. There you go. They could have had plans for her to run away with the Aang gang, Team Avatar, and then she has to sacrifice to become the moon. And he's like, that way, her and Sokka would have been closer. Her and Sokka would have had more time together. So that way, when she turns to the moon, it's like, wow, that's really sad because they were closer. They were gonna have this time together. They're gonna run away together. She's gonna throw away, oh well, politics say I gotta marry this guy. Like, she was gonna pursue her own dreams, her own love, and then she has to sacrifice herself to become the moon. Just need to win the lottery. But first, I need to start playing the lottery. Can't win if you're not in it, and I'm not in it. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you think being TV-14 would have made the show better or worse? And do you agree with me? If you win the lottery, pay off the animators and all that to remake the show. And again, you could be like, all right, well, The Great Divide was a shitty episode. Don't do that episode. Fuck that episode. Replace with something else. And again, you could add episodes. You could change episodes here and there. Be like, hey, you know how this was a plot hole the first time you did it? You had to fix it with the comics? Yeah. Well, how about instead of fixing it with comics, you just fix it in the show? And heck, you go into the comics. Turn the comics to the episodes. And age them up. No more 12-year-old boy, Aang. Make them... age everyone up by 2 years. You age everyone up by 2 years. Now, instead of a 12-year-old boy having to go to war and go after the king and do all this stuff, it's like, he's 14. I know you're probably thinking, well, that's only a 2-year difference. Case in point, Final Destination 2. They wanted to kill someone off at the end. And when they made him 8, can't do it. Made him 10, can't do it. Made him 12, can't do it. What if we make him 13? Yeah, you can kill a teenager. It's like, 12 years old, we're not allowed to kill him. 13, we can. But yeah, I'd feel more comfortable. It's like, Azula turns out to be 14. How the hell is Azula 14? She's a psychotic monster, and she's 14? Make her 17. Make her 18. Make Zuko, the older brother, make him 19. Make her 18 or something like that. So that way when she's monster mode and all, it's like, it's a child. This is a 14-year-old child acting like this, and like they're going to have to put her down and all that. It's like, well, how about you make her an adult? So I would feel a little bit more comfortable with the like, hey, yeah, lock her up and throw her in chains for the rest of her life. It's like, well, it's only a 4-year difference. Like, yeah, but 4 years will make all the difference in the world. In 4 years, you go from being a freshman in high school to like, all right, well, looks like I'm off to college now. I graduated. 4 years can be a huge difference. 4 years can be the difference between flipping burgers at McDonald's to, oh, hey, I have a degree. And then flipping burgers at McDonald's because your field of expertise isn't hiring. God, sucks being American. Anyways, again, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a wonderful day.